Hey everybody, this is Jason Akers again with Green Acres Pest Control, and I'm doing something a little different, something I hadn't really done before. I'm using my different PC here in order to be able to record this video. My video isn't the best quality because of my camera, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But I'd like to address some claims going around the internet, and there goes my phone, going around the internet nowadays about essential oils and pest control. Now, this is a touchy subject for a lot of people. There are a lot of people that really do love essential oils for their relaxation, like lavender. And my wife, she used some tea tree oil for different things, and it can be beneficial for people. There's a lot of people around. My wife was at the pool the other day, swimming pool with my daughter, and she was in the dressing room and she was discussing ant problems with a lady in there, and the one woman kind of joined in and said, well, her boyfriend uses cinnamon oil in order to control ants in their house because they like essential oils. Now, I'm here to address a what I like to call a scam when it comes to essential oils. Uh, the fact is, they do not work for pest control. I know a lot of people want to try to be safe. They want to eliminate chemicals. They want to, try to, eliminate bleaches from cleaning, and a lot of people are moving more towards, vinegars and other things in order to clean their home, and using oils and natural remedies for health. And of course, the essential oil community has bled into pesticide and pest control. And this is where I know this is really touchy for a lot of people, and I'm just going to address this now, while like I said, strike while the iron is hot. And I know I'm going to probably make a lot of people angry, but the truth is the truth. And the fact is that essential oils should not be used as a alternative to pest control. The reason I say this is, well, for one, they don't work. Yeah, people will try peppermint oils. People will try cinnamon oils and other types of oils around. They'll dab a drop here and a drop there, or they'll dilute it in some kind of carrier oil and use it around the house, or put it in diffusers and all the different things that are around that, they believe wholeheartedly that it helps with their pest problems. And the truth is, the problem with using an essential oil, some people will take and put, like, this is what one of my customers. Now, she's a customer because essential oils did not work for her, and she used peppermint oil around her windows, around her countertops, where she was getting ants in her home. And she explained to me that they were working, and the ants were leaving her home alone. They weren't coming in around the windows anymore, or they weren't crawling around on the edges of her splash block on her countertop where she had put the oil. The problem is that the oil would dissipate, and after about a day or two, the ants were right back. So she was having to constantly reapply the oil every day or every other day. Within 48 hours of applying, she was applying it again. And that's one thing about natural remedies. Most natural remedies have no lasting effect. And when it comes to bugs like ants with pheromone trails, and the way they track each other, the way they find their way into your home to get into your things and find their sugar, they find your bread, they find your crackers, they find your your stuff, they get into your stuff. The way that they're able to do that is because they track pheromone trails. And when they come along and they smell that peppermint oil along in their trail, where they will, avoid it, they don't like it, it's not going to last forever, and they're going to be back tomorrow, or they'll be back the next day, or they'll be back next week, and you're having to constantly reapply. And to tell you the truth, essential oils are not inexpensive in the least. If you're going to get what are considered, really good quality essential oils, and I'll touch on quality of essential oils too in this video, but or what are claimed to be quality essential oils, you're going to spend a fortune on them. And the one thing about essential oils, they are not monitored by the Food and Drug Administration. They are not monitored by the Environmental Protection Agency. And I know these are things that people don't like to hear when it comes to, oh, I don't want the government involved in my business anyway. It's what a lot of people will say. But pesticides, and a lot of people will agree when I say that pesticides need to be regulated in somewhat. When you're going in someone's home and you're spraying chemicals around their children, or you're spraying a pesticide around their pets, you need to be able to know that when that chemical is applied, that you're not going to harm the people or the pets around it. You don't want to stain someone's carpet. You don't want to damage someone's nice, freshly finished hardwood floors. You don't want to stain their walls or their baseboards, or all the different things that the chemical could come in contact with. You want to make sure that it's safe and it's not harmful to the people who live around it. The Department of Agriculture heavily monitors pesticide applications, pesticide applicators, people like me, who apply pesticide for commercial use. They're always monitoring me. I have to keep strict records. Every pesticide I used has been under rigorous testing, hundreds of tests to make sure that it's not going to harm your pets or your children. And essential oils don't go through that. And the reason, and now for the reason why I'm using my computer, I want to actually show you a few. Now I'm going to look away from my camera because I have to bring up this article, but I want to actually show you some from reputable sources online, the problems with essential oils and why you do not want to use them around your pets or your children. Now I didn't bring up this is something that you can look up. If I think about it, I'll link something down in the description when I upload this video. But peppermint oil has been linked to sudden infant death syndrome. What happens when a baby breathes in peppermint oil when it's in essential oil form or even in a diffuser? It can cause them to stop breathing. That's very scary for someone like me who's a father, to think that my daughter could stop breathing from an oil that I've applied in the home in order for to kill ants or to repel ants or to breathe myself, because peppermint smells nice. But it has been linked to it's actually advised. A lot of your essential oil companies have started advising people not to use it around small infants, even in a diluted form, that it just, it's better to play it safe and keep it away from children. That's a danger. My wife and my son are both allergic to cinnamon oil. It will cause them to have allergic reactions to it. My daughter will break out on her skin from contact, much like a chemical burn from cinnamon oils. My son has asthmatic problems because of it, and it can actually irritate his asthma, and so it's something that we don't use ever. It's not safe for us, and I guarantee you that it's not just us that it bothers. And so, to use that around your home for pest control, rather than a tried and true method that does work, that has been proven to be safe around children and pets, I can't wrap my mind around that. I don't understand. I mean, I know that people want to try to get away from chemicals, but the chemical has been proven to be safe. I don't understand why people wouldn't use it. And here, and as far as your pets go, here is an article, if I can get this to work right here. This is from thevetstreet.com. It's actually www.vetstreet.com, and it's an article on do essential oils pose a risk to pets. And they go through here and they describe a few of these oils and how they, lavender, eucalyptus, aromatherapy for people. It's a good thing for people. People like it. But it actually, and it gives the phone number, and I'm going to show you why. It actually gives the phone number for the Animal Control Poison Center for the ASPCA right there. If your animal happens to have a reaction, and that's a cute little puppy, happens to have a reaction from these oils. And so it says right here, essential oils can be toxic. Aromatherapy uses essential oils to create scents that we humans can enjoy, but it's important to realize that many of these substances are volatile compounds, which means they can be potentially toxic to pets at certain concentrations. Cats, and I did read a very good article about cats earlier. I wish I could remember where I found it, but cats can be especially sensitive to essential oils. Keep in mind that what is safe for you to use isn't necessarily safe to use on or near your pet. Not just on your pet, but even near your pet. All right. Now, that's one of the things I want to address here, is that the pesticides that I use have been proven to be safe around your pet. They take, a lot of people just don't like to hear this, but the truth is that pesticides are used in facilities on animals. And it's, I guess you could see it's the greater of two evils or whatever. You don't want to poison an animal, but you want to make sure that it's safe to use around people. You don't want black widows getting into people's homes and biting their children. You don't want cockroaches spreading asthma amongst families. You don't want them giving people staph infection. You don't want people to die because they get bugs in their home, brown recluse spiders, and all the different things that can come in, scorpions and things that can harm people. And if you do not eliminate them, they can harm your pets as well. I actually had a customer once who had a brown recluse bit their dog 5 times on the dog's back. The dog had to go to the emergency vet for operative surgery to remove the bite, the little strands that the spider injects under the skin. The doctor had to, the vet had to operate on the dog because it got bit 5 times by a spider in one night. These animals are affected by the bugs that affect us as well, and they're affected by these essential oils. So if I were you, I wouldn't use them around your pets. If you have pets, don't use essential oils. That's my advice. And you'd be safer to use a pesticide that's been proven to be safe around children and pets. There are lots of pesticides that have been proven to be safe around children and pets. And if you really are worried about the damage you may cause your pet, hire a professional. That's what we're paid to do. We're licensed, we're insured. Make sure that your pest control technician is licensed and insured. They should be. But in fact, I can't stress that enough. Follow up on your exterminator and make sure they've got all their documentation and that they are legit. Because, anybody can just pick up a spray can and say, yeah, I'll kill your bugs. And then they don't. So, keep that in mind. And also, here is another. Now, this is something that I just for some information, I found this. This is an article that explained, and this is from Wellness Mama, and it's a pretty big deal amongst the the natural remedy crowd. But essential oils are highly concentrated. Did you know that it takes 256 pounds of peppermint leaf to make 1 pound of peppermint essential oil? That's the problem with essential oils, is they are highly concentrated. Highly concentrated. So, the whole point, and what I want people to take away from this video, is bugs are dangerous. Mice are dangerous. They cause health problems. They can make us sick. They can cause death. It's been proven that bugs are not safe to have around you, around your children, around your pets, or in your home. You don't need them in your home. And while essential oils can help people with different, ailments and different things, they're not for pest control. Should never be used for pest control, ever, under any circumstance. And the reason I say this is because there is no proof. It's only what one person has said, or 3 or 4 people have said in their own personal experience what has happened for them. There is no regulation. There is no government, entity that really monitors them like me, or other pest control technicians like me. And I'm sure there are other pest control techs that can post on this video, and I encourage everyone to comment. If you disagree, if you agree, if you enjoyed the video, like it, dislike it, subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of thing. I know this is a little different than what I usually do. Usually I just sit there and I film and I talk about different things, but I really wanted to get this out there. I really wanted to show you guys the dangers of essential oils in pest control. You do not want to use essential oils for pest control. It is not a good idea. And one thing before I finish the video, I want to explain something. A lot of people will sell essential oils under the guise that you can save money. They will tell you you can spend $50 on this bottle of essential oil, and it's so concentrated you only need 1 or 2 drops, and you can use it for your pest control, all your pest control needs. The lady that I worked for that was using the peppermint oil spent over $600 in essential oils trying to eliminate her pest control problem. She could have paid for me to treat her entire house for a year for that kind of money, and probably had money left over. And I guarantee my work. So if the ants come back, I'll take care of it. And so, you don't get that with essential oils. You're getting a promise. There was a movie when I was growing up I used to love, and I just recently got it to watch with my own children. The original Pete's Dragon. There was a man that could not remember the name of the city. I think it was Passamaquoddy, I think, was the name of the city. And I'm sure I'll get somebody that'll tell me down in the comments that I'm wrong. But the man came into town, and he's selling his products. He's selling these remedies and these oils and these medicines, and he's dancing around and he's singing about all this stuff, and he's like, oh, you need to this will take care of your limp, it'll take care of your eyesight. And the other guy that's working with him runs around and he's putting on these different outfits, and he's being cured of all these diseases and all these ailments and all these things that these oils and these remedies are promising that will happen. And that's one of the things about essential oils, is just because they give you a promise that this is going to happen if you use it, don't believe it. Don't. Take it from me, I've been behind enough people who have been using essential oils as a pesticide. It do not work. So y'all have a great day. Check me out on my website at greenacrespc.com. I have a Facebook, Green Acres Pest Control LLC. Look me up, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And like I said, blow up the comments below. I'm sure that there's lots of people that would like to chime in on this. And y'all have a great day. I really appreciate it, and I'll be talking to you later.